Hello, everyone. Surprise. It's Alisha Brasher here, and I'm joined with my beautiful soul sister Jo from Awakening to the Light Within. This is the Intuitive Insight Guidance for the second half of February 2020, and this is card A. This one here, if you've chosen this one. So let's get into it. Let's see what wants to come through. I am back doing sessions as of next week, so if you need support and guidance, you can book an individual session. But I also have, the transmission on the 22nd. So if you feel like you'd like to join, would love to have you there. Okay. Oh no. There's just far too much going on here. Far too much.
See, my new toys that I bought because I forgot to bring cards. So I bought new toys. Don't want to play. So you.
Well, I'll just get into it. So I've had 3 cards jump out already. So we've got the Ace of Cups, which is the new love energy. So really starting a new cycle in love, relationships, romance, self-love even, depending on where your journey's at. So it's really starting to move into a new cycle, and with that card is followed by the Wheel of Fortune. So a change in direction, a change in cycle, a change in closing out one, I want to say quite treacherous, hard
Slog.
Yeah. And it does. I can't even. So just a change of season, a change of direction, things moving in a different order. And then we've got the 10 of Cups here. So very much this one's based around, is very relationship based or emotional based. So it could be that you're starting to view things from a different perspective. And I want to say that in the process of closing out one cycle, moving into a new, there could be a lot of reflection energy that's coming up as you're moving through that, just to give you a deeper sense. Oh, can't even make this shit up. Giving you a different perspective on how things are, and I feel like that's a necessary part to be able to move into that new cycle, is to be able to see it from a different perspective or a higher perspective, and moving beyond the programming of the victim mentality, and it feels like that's been the old cycle that's been, why did this happen, why did this happen, where it's you starting to move beyond that and seeing it for what it is, seeing how it served you as opposed to hindered you. So allowing yourself to move into that. I've got 2 other cards. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, there's a lot of new.
There's a lot.
So once you've cleared that.
So I've also got the internal embrace card, and then the lovers card fell out. So really, it's very much a relationship-based reading here. And as I said, take it for your specific situation. It may be, a divine partnership journey. It could be your own self-love journey, however it applies. But the internal embrace card talks about embracing the polar opposites. So very much can be a twin dynamic, the yin yang, one being one way and the other one being the other way, and coming together is complementary. But this card talks about embracing the light and the dark aspects of self. So being able to see each aspect of your light and shadow side and integrating it as one essence, one being, and knowing that if there's something that you don't like about somebody else, that's a part of yourself that you need to look at and embrace and love. So that could be part of the closing off and reflecting. And then obviously we've got the lovers card, which is talks about a whole new cycle of profound love that's life-changing, and stems for eternity almost. It's this ongoing sense of evolution and discovering self through a partnership. I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, so and this is a perfect follow-on. I got the this would be the one of Ace of
Ace of Cups.
Yeah.
So-
Which is new love.
2 aces of cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Which don't need to explain. And then we've got trust and balance. So trust here is talking about leaping into the unknown, and following on from those cards. I feel like this massively speaks of when there were. Do you remember when there was all of that new love frequency that was coming through, and it was bringing up a whole bunch of old stuff, especially people that are on a certain path. It can, when you're going through triggers and you're going through challenges and potentially, painful situations, and they all lead to this growth that Alisha was talking about. And this leaping into the unknown really just generally resonates with me right now, in the sense of just because you it might not be a new situation or a new person, doesn't mean that it's not the unknown. Everything isn't what it was in the past. The reason we work through things is to bring new. The reason that we clear energy is to have higher energy. And if we don't trust that we're going into the unknown with an open heart, an open mind, an open system, we're stagnant. And that really feels that for me. And the other one is balance, taking the time to relax and to set boundaries. And that's something that's been so prevalent recently, is that, for a long time, I think so many people within society feel like if you put a boundary in place, it's kind of like a condition. It isn't. It's self-love. So,
and I want to follow on from that and talk about there's physical boundaries, but there's also energetic boundaries.
Yeah, and they are so important.
Yeah. So, not only being able to keep your physical distance if something is, we were talking about this, there's triggering, and then there's putting yourself
poking
in unnecessary environments that are a clash or a friction towards your own energy space. And you can feel that in the presence of another, or you can feel that energetically. So going back to what we were talking about in the energy update is keeping your energy space really clear while you're going through this transformation, because it's important to focus on that right now. That's the most important thing to focus on. Everything else can
fall by the wayside almost. It will, everything will come back around, but actually maintaining your own inner peace and your own higher, the stuff that makes you feel energetically good kind of feels really paramount right now, because it just feels like not to do so is to be being sucked in, and we're really being pushed to stay high, to even when we're upset or we're pissed off or whatever, take it. Oh, you know what? I'm pissed off. Okay, yeah, we've done that now. We're going back to we feel it, but don't
allow yourself to
don't
move
bath
through
in
it. Yeah. Allow yourself to feel whatever's coming up in this process, but don't sit in it. Use your tools, or get assistance from someone else if you don't feel that you are capable of doing it.
And I feel that, like you said, that's self-love, relationship love, kind of very love-based read, this one. And in love, as I said in the energy read, fear and love, dependent on how much work we've done around our hearts, how much pain we've held. Love can be sometimes the most scary thing in the world. It equals vulnerability, it equals openness, but it also is, it's not just something that is two people, it's universal, it's beautiful. And the more that we can encompass that, then
we can share it.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful ones. I hope that has helped. I hope that you're doing well. If you do need extra guidance or support, Joe and I'll put the details in the description box below. You can connect with either one of us for that. If not, have an amazing February, and we will connect with you soon. Much love.
Bye.
Bye.